You can be afraid for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You can live in fear. I think there's a song by Simon and Garfunkel. He says, Dolores, I live in fear. Slips sliding away. And sometimes our lives are like that because we're afraid to step up and do the right thing. And Jeremiah was a man who was afraid like that. He lived in fear. He was upset too. He was angry. He was angry because he wanted to be what he wanted to be. He wanted to be a priest in the temple, doing what priests do, marry, get a family. Those are the blessings that he wanted from the Lord. He didn't want none of what was outside for him. He didn't want to fight, none of that. But God put him out there to do what God said do. And it's like many of us might think that Enoch and even Elijah were just so wonderful and blessed because they were raptured. But let me tell you right now, how many of us want to be raptured today? Think about it. Well, I'll talk about myself. Because the first thing I'd say, Jesus shows up, he says, let's go, Scott. You're being raptured today. I'm like, hold it. What about my last paycheck? I mean, really, did I turn the oven off, the stove? I mean, wow, Jesus. Because my mind is focused on the minor things. And that's where the fear comes in. But those of us who are troubled, tortured, in difficult situations, it's because we're holding on, I believe, today, to those minor things like Jeremiah was. And what the Lord told Jeremiah is that stop worrying about these small things. Someone wanted to kill Jeremiah, and God told him so, and he knew the man's name. And God said, stop worrying about that person trying to kill you, because Jeremiah wanted to save his life. We want to save our lives, and that's what limits us. We are not free until we begin to live courageously. And God said, you're worrying about this low-level footman, Anatoth, where you are called to run with the thoroughbreds. How are you going to run with thoroughbreds if you can't run with a footman? God is saying. And that's us. We're supposed to be running with thoroughbreds. We're supposed to be doing the great and mighty things. But somehow we're too concerned with the thorn that's in our flesh. And we got to get beyond that. God may have called you to a greatness that you might even respect. It might be the greatness of helping 2 or 3 people in your life. Of speaking the word out there. I know nobody's responding, but you got to speak it anyway. And because we're holding on to the idol of the life, we're tortured. So I say to you today, let go and let God.